Have you seen this mushroom before? It's called lion's mane, and it looks like something from another planet. It's absolutely exploding in popularity, with some pretty huge claims about boosting brain power. So, what's the real story? Let's get into it and separate the science from the hype. First things first, just look at it. You can totally see why it's got all these creative nicknames. Lion's mane, monkey head, pom-pom mushroom, whatever you call it, it looks nothing like the mushrooms you're used to seeing at the grocery store. And its unique look is matched by some pretty unique claims. Right now, it's being sold as this incredible supplement for your brain, for focus, for memory, you name it. But here's the big question we're tackling. Is there any solid science to back this up, or is this all just wishful thinking? To answer that, we've got to get to know the mushroom a little better. So let's do a quick intro to its official, sciencey name, Hericium erinaceus. So what exactly is it? Well, think of it as part of nature's cleanup crew. It's a fungus that loves to grow on dead or dying hardwood trees, like oaks and maples. You can find it in forests all over the world, from North America to Europe and Asia, where it plays a really key role in the ecosystem. So why are scientists so fascinated by this particular mushroom? Well, the secret isn't magic. It's all about chemistry. Let's pop the hood and take a look at the special compounds inside that are causing all this excitement. Okay, this is where it gets super interesting. Lion's mane has two star players, compounds called hericenones and erinacines. But here's the critical part. They come from different parts of the mushroom. The hericenones are in the fluffy part we see and eat called the fruiting body, but the erinacines, which are seriously potent, are found in the mycelium. That's kind of like the root system underground. And check this out. Erinacines are special because they can actually cross the blood-brain barrier, which is a huge deal if you want to affect the brain directly. Both of those compounds are thought to stimulate something called nerve growth factor, or NGF. So what is NGF? The easiest way to think about it is like fertilizer for your brain cells. It's a protein that's absolutely vital for growing new neurons and, just as important, for keeping the ones you already have healthy and strong. Okay, so now we can start connecting the dots. We've got the mushroom, we've got the compounds, we've got the brain fertilizer. Let's look at how this is all supposed to come together to support our neurons. So, here's the theory step by step. 1. You ingest the compounds from the mushroom. 2. Those little erinacines act like VIPs with an all-access pass, getting through the brain's tough security, the blood-brain barrier. 3. Once they're inside, they nudge the brain to start producing more of its own nerve growth factor. And 4. The result of all that is that your neurons might get the support they need to grow, repair themselves, and survive. But wait, there's more.
The story isn't just about growing new brain cells.
Research also suggests that lion's mane has some pretty powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Now, this diagram looks really complex, I know, but don't get bogged down in the details. The important thing is the big takeaway. And here it is. In simple terms, lion's mane seems to help turn down the volume on chronic inflammation. And this is a really big deal because we now know that ongoing, low-level inflammation is a major player in many neurodegenerative diseases. So while the brain-boosting stuff gets all the headlines, the research is actually pointing to a much wider range of potential benefits. Let's zoom out for a second and see what else this mushroom might have to offer. So has any of this been tested on actual people? Yes, but the studies so far are pretty small. One of the most cited studies found that older adults with mild cognitive impairment saw significant improvements after taking it for 16 weeks. Other small trials have reported things like reduced anxiety and depression, and even help for gut inflammation. It's all very promising, but we definitely need more research. And the gut connection is really fascinating. Lion's mane can act as a prebiotic, which is basically food for the good bacteria in your gut. It's also been shown to fight some bad bacteria like H. pylori, which is linked to stomach ulcers. And as we learn more and more about the gut-brain connection, you can see why this is so exciting. Okay, we've talked about all the exciting potential, but now it's time for a reality check. The science is cool, for sure, but we have to be honest about the challenges and limitations before anyone gets too carried away. So what are the roadblocks? Well, for one, a lot of the research has been done on animals or in a petri dish, not in humans. We desperately need bigger, longer-term human studies. But maybe the biggest issue of all is standardization. The supplement you buy could have a completely different amount of the active compounds than the one used in a study, just based on how it was grown or processed. And this quote from a research paper just hits the nail on the head. If there's no standard way to extract and measure these compounds, it's almost impossible to guarantee consistent results. That's the #1 challenge for both scientists and for us as consumers. And yet, despite all these scientific hurdles, lion's mane is everywhere. It has completely taken over the supplement market. You can find it in capsules, powders, liquid extracts. They're even putting it in coffee and protein bars. The hype is definitely way ahead of the hard data right now. Which brings us right back to our original question. So, what's the verdict? Is lion's mane a proven brain booster or just a lot of hype? Well, right now, it's not a proven remedy. What it is a super promising and exciting area for future research. The early findings are compelling, but the next chapter needs to be written with big, high-quality human trials. For now, it's a fascinating case of ancient tradition meeting modern science.